And he's one of these guys who, you know, he's like Clarence Thomas, black Republican who believes in pulling yourself by your bootstraps, rather than, to me, understanding the systemic racism that African Americans face in this country and other minorities. He doesn't get it, neither does Clarence.
Right.
And that's why they're Republicans.
Yeah.
Senator Tim Scott, who they're talking about there, was raised in South Carolina by a poor single working mother. They had to move every few years. He failed out of 4 classes his freshman year of high school. He was also raised by his grandfather, who had to drop out of the 3rd grade to pick cotton. That man lived long enough to see his grandson, Tim Scott, elected to the United States Congress. And you want to talk about Clarence Thomas because he was raised in the segregated South of the Jim Crow era. He lived in a 1-room, dirt floor, no plumbing shack with his family. When he was 2, his father abandoned the family. His mother worked as a maid. Standard English wasn't Thomas's first language, and it wasn't until grade 10 that he got to attend an integrated school. He was the first black student there. He's now one of the most powerful, influential men of any color in this nation. The only racist, white supremacist narrative being pushed here is pushed by people like that, who tell black Americans the deck is stacked against them. They cannot succeed until the entire nation changes to accommodate them. And if they do succeed, they're merely tokens, outliers. They don't understand what it's really like to be black. That is the only narrative that wants to keep black Americans down. And if you can't see that, you may not be colorblind, because God forbid we be that today, but you sure as hell are blind.